Ancient Egypt continues to fascinate us. For centuries, people have been drawn to its mysteries. The ancient Egyptians left behind incredible monuments. They also had unique religious beliefs. Their culture continues to impact us today. Join us as we explore this ancient civilization. Ancient Egypt was a land of pharaohs. These powerful rulers controlled the land. They built massive tombs and temples. The ancient Egyptians developed a written language. They made advances in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. Their art and architecture are still admired today. The ancient Egyptians were skilled farmers. They developed irrigation techniques. These techniques helped them to grow crops in the desert. The Nile River was the lifeblood of Egypt. It provided water for their crops. It also allowed for trade and transportation. The study of ancient Egypt is a journey through time. It is a chance to learn about a fascinating culture. From their impressive monuments to their intricate beliefs, the ancient Egyptians left an indelible mark on the world. Ancient Egypt was divided into two regions. Upper Egypt was in the south. Lower Egypt was in the north. In 3100 BC, King Menes unified the two lands. He became the first pharaoh of a unified Egypt. This marked the beginning of the early dynastic period. The Old Kingdom around 2686 to 2181 BC was a time of great prosperity. Pharaohs like Djoser, Khufu, and Khafre built the first pyramids. These massive structures served as their tombs. They were filled with treasures and offerings. The Middle Kingdom around 2055 to 1650 BC was a time of renewed stability. Pharaohs like Mentuhotep II and Senusret I expanded the borders of Egypt. They also built new temples and monuments. The New Kingdom, around 1550 to 1069 BC, was the most powerful period of ancient Egypt. Pharaohs like Ahmose I, Thutmose III, and Rameses II led Egypt to military victories. They expanded the empire and brought back great wealth. The pyramids of Egypt are some of the most iconic structures. They were built as tombs for the pharaohs. The pyramids were designed to last for eternity. They were built with massive blocks of stone. These blocks were carefully cut and fitted together. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the most famous. It was built by Pharaoh Khufu. It is the oldest and largest of the three pyramids at Giza. The pyramids were not just tombs, they were also symbols of the pharaoh's power. They showed the pharaoh's connection to the gods. The construction of the pyramids was a massive undertaking. It required thousands of workers and skilled craftsmen. The workers cut the stones using copper tools. They transported the massive blocks using sledges and ramps. The pyramids continue to fascinate us today. They are a testament to the ingenuity and skill of the ancient Egyptians. They are also a reminder of the power and wealth of the pharaohs. The ancient Egyptians believed in the afterlife. They believed that the body needed to be preserved. This led to the practice of mummification. Mummification was a complex process. It involved removing the internal organs. The body was then dried using salts. Mummification was not just for the pharaohs. People from all walks of life were mummified. The process varied depending on the person's status. Wealthy individuals could afford a more elaborate mummification. The organs were placed in canopic jars. These jars were buried with the mummy. The mummies were wrapped in linen bandages. Amulets and charms were placed among the bandages. These were to protect the deceased in the afterlife. The mummy was then placed in a coffin. The coffin was decorated with paintings and inscriptions. The practice of mummification tells us a lot about the ancient Egyptians. It shows their beliefs about death and the afterlife. It also highlights their skills in medicine and anatomy.